It's a pass-through grant.
I didn't hear you. Did you say you won't get that much, or
No,
need
because
that
there's
much?
not, there's other agencies within the county that will ask for funds, law
Okay.
enforcement, schools. So usually what ends up happening is, once we get through the presentations, whatever amount is available to disperse out with those that have asked, it's just divided up evenly. So it really depends on how many other agencies or entities request funding. I know there's more this year to disperse out than there has been in the previous couple years, because the court orders were coming through in Superior Court to release some of those funds. So a drug test, it costs us $26 a drug test. So that's 100 screens. It's expensive.
Okay, so you need a motion for the request for the grant application.
Yeah, I move that we accept the grant.
Second.
It's been so moved by Beverly and seconded by Todd to accept the grant application. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none? It's yours.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Just me.
I'll mark that out. Still has Mary Ann's name on it.
Uh-oh.
She must have used an old one.
Yeah, I don't think she want to sign it.
Yeah, I'll write it down. Thanks for pointing that out.
Down on the other business, Art.
I do not have anything today. Thank you.
Anybody got anything for Art? Okay, move on. The Baker Tilly Comprehensive Financial Plan Agreement.
Yeah, so I would assume commissioners need to sign this, but I just wanted to make sure you guys approved it before I have them sign it. So I'll have them sign it at their next meeting, if you guys approve going forward.
Okay.
And the cost, I believe, was $30,000.
That's what I remember. Everyone hear that?
Not to exceed 30,000.
Huh?
Not to exceed 30,000.
Not to exceed 30,000.
Move to approve.
Second, motion to approve, Todd. Your second. Mike seconded. I seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Not hearing anyone, motion passed. Okay, and the Baker Tilly Must Agreement.
So I don't know if, I know Greg and I have talked about this. This is for them. So MUST stands for Municipal Unit Strategic Task Force. And it's something the governor, due to the lit changes, is putting out there that we can have a committee, a MUST committee, and it would be apprised of one councilman or the person of the council's choice. So you can appoint someone other than a councilman. And then one, or the city and town clerk from each of our cities and towns in the county. So, and that's to help get the lit structure set up for going forward. Baker Tilly's offering to manage that MUST committee for us. And just because of all the changes and everything, I would recommend it, but that's just me. And it is not to exceed 30,000 on that one also. So if you decide you want to do this, we have to start the committee by October 1st. And then we have to have a report to the state by the end of the year. I don't know the exact date, but anyway, Baker Tilly will manage this committee if we want them to. So it's totally up to you guys if you want to do it going forward.
I'll just add a little bit to this, what Laura and I have talked. We do this, get the MUST committee started this fall and get the numbers from this year, even though next year that doesn't apply for next year yet. And then next fall, we'll have the numbers again, so we'll have 2 years
Mhm.
of numbers to get kind of an average to go by for when it actually counts.
Moving forward, yeah.
I think it'd be a good idea.
And, yeah, and then with Baker Tilly there, there's gonna be a million questions that none of us are gonna be able to answer because we don't know the ins and outs of it yet either. It's the thought process I had on it anyway, you know.
And I will,
Totally open to hear anybody's else that tell other people's opinions.
I will say that, also that AIC has had a, not Baker Tilly, but another firm similar to this, create a spreadsheet, that you can plug in, like, how much each city and town normally get from lit currently, and then come up with the percentages on this spreadsheet. It'll create the percentages to make them whole. And then we can adjust those percentages up or down how we need to get to the point where we need to be for our lit rate. Fantastic spreadsheet. I mean, I've seen the preview. Nikki and I went to conference and they presented it, and I'm sure they'll present it at council's conference. But they're only going to let the auditors have this because it's a proprietary, how do you say that, Dave?
Proprietary.
Proprietary, yes. Spreadsheet, so they don't want it, like, they don't want me giving it to my financial consultant. We can come up with the numbers and give to the financial consultant to use, but they're not gonna be able to use this spreadsheet.
That sounds like a great spreadsheet.
Yes.
It is, it's great, and,
No, it's
and they're still fine tuning it, and they're supposed to have it out before the SMUS committee has to, and so Dave Bodor from AIC is recommending that us not start our MUSC committee till like August, late August, early September, and that way we can have more accurate numbers to plug into this spreadsheet. And we can get the numbers from Gateway, so we don't have to depend on the cities and towns to give us the right numbers. We can pull their numbers from Gateway, plug them in, and come up with these percents. It'll make it so much easier for council going forward to create the lit rates for each city and town, because it's gonna fall on you guys to do that.
Now, if the townships aren't updated, how does that play in?
The townships are on that spreadsheet also. I
You
mean,
know, but
but,
there's 2 townships. in
oh,
Randolph
I
County
see what
are
you're
not
saying
updated
in
on
there.
Gateway.
Yeah, and we'll just have to figure out best we can what their numbers should be or
They have
will
a
be.
prior year, so
Yeah.
you'll have to probably use that.
Yeah. Hopefully by then they'll have them, but if they don't, we'll do the best we can to come up with a close number for them. But I don't know, just what Nikki and I seen of it, and I actually seen it in a board meeting prior to our conference. And I think it's a great tool going forward to help.
Now, is there gonna be a cost attached to that?
No. No, AIC paid
budget?
for it, and that's why
Okay.
they want it to be proprietary, is because they paid for this, and they don't want us sharing it with outside people that can duplicate it and sell it or whatever.
It makes sense.
Yeah, so,
Very understandable.
so anyway, that's what I know about it.
So do we need to dedicate somebody to that committee at this time?
You don't
Later?
yet, when it gets closer to time, you can decide, who you want to do, whether you want to appoint one of you, if you want to appoint the auditor, however you guys, whoever your appointment would be to do it. The auditor is not a position on the MUSC committee. It's only one council where the person of their selection and the city, town, and clerk, city and town clerks. So
It's not really a public meeting, is it?
it's a committee, so we refer to Meeks on that. I feel like committees are public, but not that the people can speak, but if they want to be there, I don't know how they could not be. What do you think?
Committee from the electric office.
Okay. Back to the Baker Tilly must agreement. Has anybody else got any more discussion or questions about that at this time?
Is the lit funding gonna come under the council control of 2028?
28, pay 29.
Yeah.
So you'll have to
28
decide
budget
at budget time in 28,
28.
For 29 year.
well, actually before budget time, because the lit rate is going to be set by you. and it's gonna be set by you for us and all the cities and towns, the townships, everybody.
And budget 2028.
Well, it'll be prior to the budget. There's actually dates that you have to hit, like public hearings, da-da-da. Don't know what those dates are right at the moment, but I feel like it starts maybe in May. To get those. We've done it before, I just don't remember. And then beginning in 28, pay 29, you're gonna have to reset these rates every year unless that legislation changes, so. There's gonna be a lot to it, and I feel like a lot falling on you guys. So this is just a way to get it organized and try to come up with these rates. You know, you don't want every city and town coming in here at your budget hearings or prior to saying, we're allowed 2.9%. You know, if they come in and say, I want 9%, that leaves 2% for everybody else. So this will give you a way to come up with some accurate numbers rather than just taking people's word for it.
And to my knowledge, as of right now, every town in the county, other than maybe Winchester, will have to come before council for their.
And Winchester will be their choice. So the
Yeah,
way that,
Winchester will have the choice whether to come to the council or do their own thing.
yes.
And I don't know, I've never been told, nobody, I've asked, I wondered what the length of time is if Winchester so decided to come before council. Is that gonna be a 2-year thing, a 3-year thing?
It will be an annual.
But will it be forever? Can they go back to being on their own is what I'm asking.
Okay, I see what you're saying, and I don't know that. That might be
Nobody
something, that might
can
be a
answer.
question for,
Baker Tilly?
the lady at AIC when you go
Oh,
to your
well,
conference.
okay, go to conference the next Saturday.
Ask her, she'll know.
Okay,
Bolser, Jamie Bolser.
okay, I will ask her.
She's really up on this. She's the one that'll probably do your training at your conference. She did ours. And, so I would ask her
Because
that.
that would be very hard on council to come up with yearly budgets if they could just go back and forth
Yeah,
without a set time.
yeah, I would ask Jamie that. I don't know the answer to that.
It won't affect you, I know, David, you're grinning too much, but.
No, I understand it though. It's gonna be a challenge for
Yeah.
whoever's gonna go forward.
But by starting this, I was thinking being middle to the end of September, to get a must meeting here in this county, and like I said, get the numbers this year through the town or through Gateway, but mainly the town's as green on this as the rest of us as far as learning, so this first session will be a whale of a learning session for us all. And then the next year, gather up another set of numbers, and then that'll give us 2 years of data to go by to come up with a final figure when we need it. So,
So we can do the must without Baker Tilly. I just feel like having their guidance might be helpful, but that's,
I think this first year, I think we really, really need their guidance.
I do too.
It's a
I
must.
mean, I hate,
it's a must.
yeah, exactly.
I need a motion.
I make a motion.
I'll second.
Mike made the motion and Scott seconded to accept the Baker Tilly must agreement for no more than $30,000. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. On to additional appropriations. Child Advocate Coordinator, $21,326. What is that, Laura?
This is grant money that they get in and we appropriate it as we get it in. So
Okay.
you'll see that several times throughout the year.
Okay.
We don't appropriate it until we get it.
Okay. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
David's motion, Todd's second. It's been moved and seconded to accept this appropriation for the Child Advocate Coordinator money for $21,326. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carried.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Isn't this something that usually comes through the courts? I mean, the child advocate
The child advocate works under circuit court.
circuit, yes. Okay. I mean, I remember
They
Judge
don't
Tony,
sign it, yeah.
I thought coming in
You
and
do all
talking
of
to us
them.
about.
Don't
And
do
then
all
once
this.
you got them all approved, you just have to sign one
Okay.
sheet.
The next one is a child advocate training, $475.
Same, it goes with that other one, that's just money they got.
Motion to approve.
Okay,
Second.
Beverly approved. Who seconded? Mike.
Me.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. All right, the next is general K-9 training, $2,000. Any questions? Need a motion?
Move to approve. Second.
Todd moved and Mike seconded. The motion, K-9 training at $2,000. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing nothing, motion carried. Lit morgue, $70,000, $70,218.24 for equipment.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion first, Mike seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Lit for the courthouse second floor, $500,000. If that's not enough when that comes in, Laura and I spoke there a minute ago that we can pass another appropriation to fill in the extra amount for the second, because there's not been any bids let out on that or anything yet.
Well, and I'm guessing we're gonna owe Maze for doing the design.
Yeah, but
So
we're
that's
gonna
why
need-
we wanted to just do the whole amount at once.
We need to get some
instead of-
money available to pay Mays here soon.
So far, we have Mays doing the design, but we don't have no quote on how much it's going to
Correct.
cost.
That is correct.
But we're
And
pretty confident it's going to cost at least 500,000.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say yes. Based off of what I'm hearing,
I'd
yes.
say a little more.
But we can always do an additional appropriation later if it's gonna be more, but we'll have money available to start paying when the project starts. And like I said, Maze has already done a design, so I'm guessing we'll get a bill from them
So
fairly soon, yeah.
Do we have a scope anywhere that says that this includes the clerk's office and second floor and everything?
Jake has a design in the basement
Yeah.
that shows all of it, yeah.
There's a contract.
Come on up, Jake, please.
The second
State-
floor,
state who you are.
Jake Don, I'm Randolph County Building Coordinator.
Thank you.
I just sent an email out this morning to Maze Design to see where we're at with this project. Right now, we just have preliminary drawings, sketches, and some guesses of what it might cost. Ball's in his court. He's kind of waiting. I'm not sure what he's waiting on, but we're waiting on him to provide us more information. Everything right now is just ballpark figures, nothing set in stone. The holdup on it was kind of decide, do we do full HVAC or do we leave what we have and use cubicles? So some preliminary numbers came in, rough guess of new HVAC for that entire facility and doing a complete build out from floor to ceiling. But that's probably 2 months ago when I heard that and haven't heard anything else. So, but as soon as I get some information from Maze, I can pass it along. But it does include the clerk's office and the second floor room underneath us as a combined to make the move with community correction probation.
I was just thinking, if we approve money for that amount and, you know, we get through the process a little bit, and you see something that's out of whack, that we'll be able to adjust what we need.
Rookie mistake. But yeah, so once we get a preliminary number from him of what it's going to cost, then we can have a definite. I mean, everybody right now is kind of hoping it's 500 or less, but we're not sure, especially the way the economy is and the way things are going up and never coming down.
I'm not opposed to approving this appropriation, but I would like an update before we go bidding it out. I mean, I don't want to find out it's $1 million, $2 million,
Oh, absolutely.
$1.5 million.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, we agreed to do this on the assumption, you know,
Right.
it was going to be under 5 and.
Yep, I agree 100%.
want to just let it run and find out we got to put another $1 million with it.
Right, yeah, we're kind of waiting to see what he comes up with, because there's no idea what it's gonna cost.
So we can approve this so that there'll be funding to pay May's Design when they give us a bill, but I mean, I guess I would like to request.
Now, when you say we have no idea what it's gonna cost, we've talked to Mays, right, and said this is about what we want this to come out to. So he's designing something that should fit within the,
I wish it worked that way, but it don't. You can tell him you want it to cost this, but at the end of the day,
well, I mean, part of the design, working with the designers to tell them what the scope is and what you're, what you're trying to hit, and he can make adjustments. You know that. I mean, I'm just.
right. So there's too many what ifs on this project. If we just do cubicles and leave our HVAC, well, was our HVAC going to cost $50,000 or $250,000? We didn't know, and so they got some rough numbers of what the HVAC might cost, and I think it came in at 50 or 60,000, and so that was a usable number. I mean, pretty, lower than what we anticipated, and then the rest of the build out possibly might cost, I don't know. I can't throw numbers out there.
The reason I was saying is I just want to make sure the designer has some understanding what our expectations are, so that he's, trying to work within that
Right.
that number. Because
Well, I
we
don't-
had a situation in other instances with, airport building, for example, where we keep throwing out a number, but the person that's doing the design doesn't seem to ever hear that number, and we get
Right.
plans that are.
Well, I think this was presented to the architect or Mays. I think it was just, what is this going to cost? We wanted to know initial cost. We didn't want to know. We never threw a number out to them what we want to spend. We just want to know, this is what we want. What's it going to cost? So that's the number he's going to give us. That's the way this works as far as, so I don't know how I don't know how it was conveyed to Mays, I guess. But I'm pretty sure that's how it was.
I mean, he knows we don't want to go.
Right, yeah. I mean, he knows that we're looking at our most cost effective. That's why we looked at doing the cubicles versus total build out on the HVAC. Well, we just don't know until he gets us something.
All right.
Once we get it.
Right. Yeah, if he presents it and, has a projected number, then we'll know what we're dealing with.
I will say one thing, I think the commissioners are more than the cost of it. I
And-
think that was related
And there's other approval processes that have to go through before we're gonna pay this money out. Really, we're just, because we have to pay Mays for their services already. Why do more than one appropriation if we don't have to? We have to pay to advertise these. So we just put what we thought the project was gonna be in this appropriation.
Right.
We
I don't
can-
know enough about it.
We can go less, but I don't know what Mays is charging.
We've all had experiences with people who are designers, the architects or whatever, and if they don't have some guidelines, they'll just do whatever, they'll make this project go through a cycle. I'll design it this, and then I'll design that, and then you spend a lot more on design than you'd need to if you hadn't just said, oh, I didn't know up front that you were trying to, be more cost effective or less. But
Yeah.
I know that generally Randolph County Commissioners are very conservative, and that, the idea has been conveyed that we're trying to do this most efficiently as we can. That's fine. We just have to wait and see, I guess, what that comes out to be. 500,000, 100,000,
Right.
whatever. This isn't money spent,
And-
it's money appropriated.
And we've used Mays for several projects and they've been reasonable. I feel like, if we couldn't trust them, we probably wouldn't be using them.
Right.
Engineers' fees are based on the value of the project. So the more, basically, they don't give you a set number. They get paid on a certain percent of what the project comes in at. So if that project comes in at $1 million, they're going to get twice as much as what they would at $500,000.
It's not great.
So, I mean, that's just how it is, and I think Dave Inderstroke will tell you that his fee is based on a certain percent of what the project costs. So, I mean, I think we really need,
Dave Industri, so the projects we've done under Maze Design, they'll shoot us a number and then present the project. And we tell them yes or no. So we say, we don't want all that. So he'll take it out. So, I mean, it's our decision how we want to build this project, but they're going to throw all the bells and whistles at it to give us all the options there is. And then it's our decision, do we want this? Do we need the Cadillac or do we need the Chevette? And we pick it apart. I mean, so whatever he comes out with a number, if he says it's $2 million, well, that's not feasible. We're going to have to strip it down. So we're not dedicated to any number until he gives us one, and then we decide that's what we want to do. We got to start somewhere. So he's going to design it, and we're going to okay it or deny it. We're waiting on that stage for him to get that documentation to us.
I'll make a motion to approve this 500,000 so that we have the funding to pay him. But I think we need to relay to him that, 500,000 is the figure we want to be around.
Right.
Or less.
Second.
Scott's made the motion, Larry seconded to approve the $500,000 for the second floor construction out of lit. All in favor? Opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Okay, the security, which we've all experienced once or twice already. $200,000 to come out of lit to pay them for that downstairs. Anybody have any discussions on that?
I show we're right now at about 274,000.
We can't go up on this, so you can either approve it at 200, don't approve it, and we'll have to re-advertise it at the higher rate, but we'll not be able to pay them any until we get that
And
approval.
that's basically what they gave us.
Yeah, I think it's a little higher than 200.
We're already halfway through the year. Are you counting that?
Yearly contract.
Yeah,
It is. Are we just approving it?
I'm just saying,
Who gave it this?
and I don't know
Okay.
why it's 200,000. I didn't come up with this number myself,
Yeah.
but,
Because I show we,
I'm just saying that we've advertised 200,000. We cannot go more than that. You can either approve that or deny it. But if you deny it, we cannot pay security anything until we get
no. we
another
need
month
to-
down the
we
road.
need
I'm
to
just,
Start paying them.
yeah, I'm just telling you what the
But I'm-
process is, so,
Okay,
yeah,
but I'm just saying that
it's probably gonna be
contract-
more.
annual contract's 200.
But we're halfway through the year
220.
already, so we'll,
I
we'll
would
do,
think the 200 would cover it.
we'll budget in this, July, August, we'll budget for
2027.
2026 part.
Just remember, I've got an estimate of $23,000 to redo that front door area too. So 200 may cover it, it may not, but I understand the process too, so.
And I believe the doors are yet to be determined.
We haven't decided anything.
Jake, give us an estimate.
There it is.
So actually, it's gonna be a lot more than your figure there, because we're still looking at other things to add for security. And I don't know if you wanna fund it all out of the same line or not, but we're looking at some cameras, some extra monitoring. The doors, I'm not sure what you approved, that's already been approved, or I hope so, because I sent off the quote signed. And then we're looking at office notification as well. So there's gonna be a lot of other things come up other than just Security Plus for the security plan, unless you wanna fund it out of something else, that's up to you guys. But there's gonna be more stuff coming as soon as we start getting some quotes from Leap and some of the other vendors that was requested. If they go through with it, I mean,
You also have what you did at the judges' rooms up there.
Right,
On that,
yeah.
too, don't you?
Yep, I think I might have paid that out of my building maintenance, I can't remember. I'd have to double check,
Okay.
but
Some
yeah,
of those
there's,
things that you're talking about are one-time costs, all of them. And the contract's an annual contract, so we're gonna have ongoing. So I think we're definitely gonna wanna make a motion to approve the 200,000, and we'll see what happens. But you're right, maybe half of the contract isn't gonna be all that we spend, obviously, with the
Well, hopefully before budget hearings, we'll have some more definite numbers so you can have a solid number going into next year, what to budget for. But I don't know if we'll have them in time with get the quotes in and see what's going to cost and so forth. Because on some of the stuff probably will have annual licensing and stuff like that on the IT side, depending on which direction we go. And then do we sign up with the maintenance on it and all that stuff? You know, there's all kinds of bells and whistles they throw in there. They still want paid every year.
So are you saying we can't do a second appropriation? if
We
approve?
can, if we need to, do a second one.
Okay.
So I think probably like I said, I didn't come up with the number, so I don't know exactly how it was computed. But I'm thinking probably we're looking at half of the contract, because it's an annual contract. We've started halfway through the year, so maybe half the contract, which was, I think, 2-something, wasn't it?
220 plus the X-ray.
Be seven out of 12 months, it'd be a little bit more than that.
Well, yeah, so, but anyway, and then we'll still have some there for some of this extra. Not that it's enough, but if it's not enough, we can, when we start seeing that it's not gonna be enough, we can do another additional.
Contracts for 251.
So that's 125 for, well, be like Todd said, it's a little more than half because it's 7 months, but anyway,
150 just for that part,
Yeah.
146.
yeah. So I'm guessing we will have to do more, but this will get us started, get us money to pay
This will
them.
give you money to start paying.
That's actually good, because what we had thought we were gonna do was spend $200,000 just in capital costs and, you know, buying equipment and so on. And then another 200,000 annually to staff it and so on. So we're actually coming in a little lower than I think than what we originally thought by outsourcing this and then providing the equipment.
You're welcome.
I agree with you, Todd. I think that's what I understood as well. So,
Some of the confusion, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
No, go ahead.
so you're saying like the 200,000 number generated for security, and then this project was this amount. I think those numbers are coming from the spreadsheet. It was made a few months back where we had 8 or 10 projects. So they developed a spreadsheet and just threw a number on there. And that's not the number that's, you know, a set in stone. That was just somebody's educated guess what they wanted to spend or need to spend. And I don't know who came up with that or who made that. But I keep hearing those same numbers come up, and it's from that spreadsheet. So I think that's where some of the confusion on where this project was only supposed to cost this. Well, that was just that spreadsheet number, a projected number.
And that spreadsheet was pure estimate.
Sure, yeah. So it could be less, could be more, I guess, always. But I think that's where some of those numbers are coming from.
which that sounds accurate, and it's just, I think it's necessary that some of the project get paid for.
I move to approve the 200,000 for the security.
Todd, Mike seconded. Okay, it's been so moved, seconded to pay for this $200,000 out of lit for security. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Hearing nothing, motion carried. All right, on to the lit fund for highway garage, and we'd have it down at $1 million, but that quote has come in and has been signed by the commissioners, so we can lower that to what it actually is, can't we, Laura?
Yes.
Or close to it.
Well, I think you better allow some money to pay your first engineering bill or something, shouldn't you?
Well, so was the engineering, did Maze do this when I leave?
Yes,
Jake,
yes.
well, Jake's back there, but, I don't know if that's.
Jay's saying yes.
Yeah, so that would be over and atop the bid then,
Right.
right, is what you're saying? Yeah.
Well.
And I don't know, the
I
bid
thought
was a
Five
5 something,
575, 576, something like that.
so maybe,
570 is what we had yesterday.
okay, so maybe go 7,
I think so.
and that way we have plenty.
That way.
If we
they've
don't
got
use
some
it, it goes
incidental-
back. I
Right.
mean, it's
That
not
way,
like,
if they've got some incidentals, you've got some
A little
dollars to
cushion.
cover that, and you got money to pay Dave Industrial.
yeah,
Is that a motion?
Yeah, I make a motion that
you get 7.
we make it 7.
700,000 even.
Okay, second.
It's been so moved and seconded by Scott and Todd to change the number from $1 million to $700,000 for the highway garage out of lit. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Hearing nothing, motion carried.
And looking at this, I'm guessing that Jake's right. These numbers probably all came from that estimated spreadsheet
It is.
originally, and we were just
And discussions
appropriating
with-
what we,
But we originally, in the spreadsheet, estimated a lot less, didn't we?
Yeah, originally Dave helped us with a spreadsheet, so we didn't go,
Yeah,
Well, that, and we wanted to know where we're at because of the one project at the
Right.
airport that
yeah,
got messed up. Well,
yeah.
it's a good start.
And even if we ask engineers, they're gonna give us an
So that's all.
estimated figure, and they miss it as well.
Yes.
They do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we want to look at the spreadsheets next month to see where lit is, right? Because now we'll see the appropriated amount show on that
you
spreadsheet.
do those
I got it
spreadsheets, so
right
I don't know
here.
what numbers you use.
It'll be,
Do you add what's been appropriated when you do that? I mean, do you subtract it from the, I haven't seen a spreadsheet for a while, so I didn't remember
one
what
right
it
here.
it
was.
should,
Okay.
yes, because the column, there's one
Yeah.
column
Okay,
One column,
that was unexpended.
unexpended.
unexpended,
And so that's
okay.
anything
I couldn't think of the
promised
name.
So
out.
yes, it should
Yeah.
reflect that,
Which is
yes.
helpful, because then we can see what's,
So available right now, County Street Debt Work.
You want some now?
What, I'm sorry?
Yeah, plenty of
Oh,
money.
yes, thank you.
And there's money in there.
You haven't even spent it, too, if you can't. Can't keep it. You got a lot of neat projects going on. A lot of nice projects here. Bring the county up. We're fortunate, really.
I didn't vote for it, but it's a good thing.
Oh, sorry, I guess they didn't sign it, give it back.
Oh, I've got it, I'm gonna sign it.
Be sure to get your John Henry on there, Mike. Excuse me. Thanks for catching it.
kind of in my yellow folder anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's notorious.
I have to watch him like a hawk. I've already warned Nikki about this.
Moving on to transfer of funds. The amount is $4,000, and what's SWMD?
Soil and water,
Soil and water, okay. Moving $4,000 from account SWMD 490 to SWMD 362.
and I don't know what those accounts are. They have their own funding,
Is
so,
that
Yeah, they
so?
have their own funding, so I'm not sure what they're moving. It only said that on the form. It should be in that pack.
Is that soil and water or is that
okay,
solid
gotcha.
waste?
oh yeah,
Solid
solid
waste.
waste, yeah, that's what I
There we
meant.
go.
Yeah, sorry, I said it wrong.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. There is not one in the pack for them. This is it's a transfer.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was for now.
Yeah, you guys are on that board.
A or nay?
A or nay?
They have their own funding, that's not county funding really, they just have to go through us too.
Right.
Right.
Tipping fees, their revenue stream.
I move to approve the transfer of $4,000 from the one solid waste account to the other.
Second it.
Been so moved by Todd and Mike to approve the motion, or made the motion to transfer the $4,000 from one account to the other. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Okay. That, yeah, we'll sign that. Moving on, the next meeting date is gonna be July the 7th, next month. And there's no department heads in here, so, but I'll make them, I guess, Ed's here, so he's department head. But I'll make the announcement anyway, but it's budget time. And the 12th of June is the last day to get for the department heads to get their stuff turned into the auditor's office for budgets. So I just wanted to make that announcement. Citizens' comments. Is there anyone out there in the vast audience we have that needs to make a comment this time?
He's a department head, he needs to do that, right?
Pardon me?
He's a department head that needs to be.
Yeah, he's a department head that has to get that done too.
Art is too.
So, hearing nothing from the citizenry.
You didn't ask, because then you said it in me this week. You said hearing nothing. You didn't ask him if.
Oh, you did.
That's good. I'm not able to-
But I have something before you go.
Okay, we'll come around the room.
Okay.
Meeks, you have anything for us? David?
Just one thing, I attended the Playground Paradise grand opening, and they awarded the county council and the county commissioner certificate of donation.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yes.
It's very nice over there, so I'll turn those into the auditor.
It's neat to see them kids come and make their presentation, very well
Oh,
organized.
that was great.
Know what they're talking about, and it was
Done their
pleasant,
homework.
very pleasant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Education in work.
Beverly, do you have anything for us?
I do not.
Larry?
No, I just want to say thanks to Jake and everybody on the security committee to prove that we can have a project and it went in a timely manner. Obviously, we got to do some adjustments, but it's a project that we've waited on for 20 or 30 years. And I'd like to commend the people for getting it in place.
Thank you. Very good. I don't have anything to add to this meeting. Laura?
Rescue 911. You need to know that county council is willing to fund that. That's why you wanted me to bring that, right?
Yes. I'm glad you.
Well,
I
it
should
wasn't
have
on the
written-
agenda
yeah,
because the commissioners
they did.
approved it yesterday,
Yes.
but pending you guys is funding it.
Yeah, we gotta fund it right now, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot, I didn't have that written down on here, I should have written it down. The Rescue 911, yesterday, presentation was made to the county commissioners for $296,000 for 6 months of work to man the 911 center and keep it operating smoothly so the citizenry out there can call, make their calls, do whatever they, and the 911 center will accept the calls and get transferred to the EMS, sheriff's department, whatever they need, whatever direction it needs to go. So that will keep operating smoothly for this county until we can get things sorted out and maybe get people hired and get back on our feet and get working again come the first of the year.
May I come forward?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Missy Williams, County Commissioner. We learned the night before last that another employee resigned, and so we actually have one employee left. And so Barry Ritter's group is coming in, and they're going to man the stations. And it's much more expensive, of course, to do that than it is to have our own people. But we do not give them, Barry Ritter's organization, his business does not get the insurance. We need to figure out some way that we are going to make that I believe. We need to make sure that we can't continue long-term working with Barry Ritter's group. They're outstanding, not that. It's just the cost that it's going to involve. We need to get to the bottom of why we have so many, in my opinion, we need to get to the bottom of why we have so many people resign. We rehire, they resign.
Missy, the commissioners need to do a total overhaul of the 911 system.
But just to add to on what we're talking about the time, this Rescue 911 is my understanding, they don't intend to ever sign up for a year to year thing. This
No.
is just it's called Rescue because they they only sign like 6 or 9 month contracts. They will come in, man this thing, operate it, and let the county have time to get their feet underneath them and get the stuff done they need to so they can go back to operating their own 911 center. They're not Rescue 911 is not interested in doing a
Right, but
5-year contract.
to your point, I don't think they manage it. I don't think they take it over.
No,
They just supply staff.
Right.
They supply staff.
So
I think we
it's
need
still
to
managed
but I
by
think they
us.
can manage if they have to.
Well, that's not what this contract is, though.
Yeah.
As far as I can read it.
Right, right. But you're right. They want your people in there to help them.
Well, yeah.
The contract is to put a person in that seat
Right.
for whatever time period.
And do what they're told to
Yeah,
do.
they do what they're supposed to do, and we have to manage it, and that's why we got Barry Ritter. And his group is supposed to help us.
Yeah, we've already done a consulting agreement with
We've done
Barry
a
Ritter
consulting,
stuff,
we've
so
tried
they're
to-
working on the fix, what we need to do to fix it.
This is the.
This is to cover dispatchers until we get
So
to that
I wasn't
point.
aware of that. So we've had another contract besides this one with Barry Ritter
Yes.
too, maybe.
Yeah, this isn't Barry Ritter, this is a company that he has
Right.
brought forth
Yes.
to help us until he
This
can
is not Barry.
analyze and,
Yeah, this is
Try
not
to-
Barry's
yeah.
company.
Okay.
so it's kind of two different things
Two
going
things
on,
going
yeah,
on. Okay.
exactly.
So when will this start?
Probably immediately,
It already has, I think.
okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it
it
was-
hasn't started experimenting.
Yeah, we haven't signed the
Yeah.
contract, we
Yeah,
have to
that's
get
under
funding.
contract. We
Okay,
make
I
sure
was
that-
under,
That's why we're like, they need to fund it.
okay,
Uh,
my
you
understanding
guys-
was that, yeah.
You
we
guys
did.
approved it, but
Yes.
it's subject to the funding of the county.
Correct.
And then also we were, Gary said yesterday that we were waiting on you to review the contract to see.
There was
what-
2 or 3 things I was gonna send out after we got the approval. I didn't know if the commissioners wanted to do it or
Okay,
not. They were minor details in the contract.
So I think it's going to go forward once Neeks works out the contract and you guys say, yes, we'll fund it or not, well, then
I
that's
think we
when.
have to.
We haven't,
So,
we approved the funding. And did you just approve the funding?
We
Right.
haven't
Yeah.
approved
No.
the funding.
We haven't
haven't
approved the
approved
funding
it. I
yet.
thought we
Yeah.
did yesterday.
No, you cannot. They have
Yeah,
to.
they have to. You approved the contract.
The
you approved the
contract.
contract, yeah.
so we got one employee. I mean, how is?
That's what, I
how
was
is
sent an
things
email from
operating now?
Mr. Shaney felt all of us were that another one quit, so we now have one employee.
I think that last one working till the 5th, maybe, wasn't it?
Pardon me?
The last one was working till the 5th, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, but turn the resignation in.
Yeah.
Just wanted to let you know that.
And Greg and I talked yesterday regarding this funding. We feel like we should appropriate this out of county general.
Yeah.
And then, because I give Gary Friend some numbers of salary amounts that have not been used over there because they haven't had people in those positions, but to come up with an accurate number and then not knowing going forward who we're going to hire to get in those positions and pay for. We don't have an exact number of what's going to be left, but if we go ahead and appropriate the whole amount out of county general, whatever isn't spent in those salary lines will go back to county general at the end of the year anyway. So it's a wash, as far as trying to transfer money here and there, and this is the cleanest way. We'll just do an appropriation for next month for you guys to approve for the whole amount, if you approve this. And then, whatever's left in those salary lines will just go back at the end of the year.
I'll make a motion.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Larry.
I'll
but-
second.
Because the reason we talked about it yesterday during the commissioners meeting, Gary talked about certain amounts of money coming from insurance and wages that will not be used.
Yeah.
And so forth, but he didn't have any number, and I knew as council, we would want a definite number to vote on. And so, and a way to fund it. So as Laura said, we'll get it all out of county general, and then whatever monies are not used by 911, it'll go back to the general fund. And that way, like she said, this will make a clean sweep of the thing. So go ahead, Scott.
So do we need a
Yes.
motion?
Yeah, we need a motion.
I make a motion to approve 300,000 from
296.
296 from county general for this rescue 911.
Okay.
I'll second.
Second.
Been so moved and seconded to approve the $296,000 to pay Rescue 911. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Hearing no one, motion carried.
What's, this is different. What is the proposed dollar amount in the Barry Ritter consulting contract? Do we know?
I
It was
believe,
18, wasn't it?
well, there was a contract, and I think it was like 30, and then we added a Exhibit B, which was 18.
Oh, okay.
So it's gonna be
So,
about 50,000.
I would
for
say about
that.
48,000. And I'd have to look for exactly to make sure, but that's what I remember, is that it's around that, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry, I didn't have that written down to keep that in order.
Well, my fault too, I didn't add it out on.
Anyone else got anything? Well, Laura had that, and it's Mike's turn. Mike, you have anything?
Nope.
Todd?
Couple things. Have we set August dates for our budget meetings yet?
Not that I'm aware of.
No.
As soon as we can, that'd be good, because I need to get it, I'd like to get it on our calendars, I think.
Okay.
Secondly, I just, on the 911 thing, I admire how quickly commissioners got a solution in place, and thankful that it was able to be worked out. Just looking at the numbers, we're gonna be paying for these same people about 2.5 times what we would be paying for an internal resource. And we're still gonna be trying to hire those internal resources while we pay these people. So we're gonna spend at about $300,000 more for 6 months and another $50,000 in consulting fees. That's about 5% of our annual payroll. That would be a pretty good raise for our budget. So this is a pretty expensive collapse. And I know that there's a lot going into working on this, but we got to come up with something over these next 6 months, and we'll be right back where we were again. And I know this problem's been going on for some time. I'm just pointing out the financial impact of it is not small. And the cost of having these external resources is more than just the cost of them, because we're start from zero basically, trying to bring in new staff, get them trained, get them certified, and we're in this horrible cycle, and it's costing us a lot more than the actual pay for the staff. So, we have had some discussions about, are we where we should be with these different positions, and Gary asked us to check with Barry Ritter, to make sure when we put our budget proposal together that we are right in the ballpark with our wages. Definitely want to be. Thought we were, because we've been asking over the last couple of years to make sure that we were up there enough to hire and retain. I feel like we've been doing that for a couple of years now, and I don't think our problem has been what we pay.
I
I'm
agree.
just putting that out there.
I guess I would like to get an update from Barry Ritter. Is that possibility that he can come to our
I can ask Gary.
July meeting and give us an update on what some of our problems are and whether the wages need to be higher?
I don't know that he can talk about our problems. The only thing he can talk to us about is wages.
Because Todd's right. We've got to find
I don't
out
think
the
anything
problem.
can be said about that until the commissioners make up their mind.
We need to know what the problem is. We can't just keep throwing money at it again in 6 months.
Right.
We've got to solve the problem.
But I don't think Barry's at that point yet to have the problem, to have his recommendation as to what it's going to take. is what I'm
Not
trying to
enough
say.
experience in
Yeah,
with
he's
our
got to go
staff.
through his process first before we can get to the point of,
I would think for $50,000, it's a pretty intensive look.
yes,
Oh,
it
yeah.
will be.
Yeah.
It will be.
So that's the goals for that consulting.
I've spoke to a couple other people about, Delaware County for one, that they had 911 problems over there a few years back, and Barry was called in and got that problem solved and turned around, and they've not had any trouble since. So he's highly regarded as to what he does, from what I can tell, and I think he'll help this county get on the right track.
I believe Barry was the state director of Indiana for a
I
period of
think you're
time.
right.
So he does know.
Good experience.
And he currently is sitting in the same position as we are. He's on county council in Wayne County, so he knows about the budget. So, just to give you a little background.
That's all I have.
Pardon me?
That's all I have.
Okay. Scott?
I don't really have anything. I do want to say, thanks, Jake, for going above and beyond with all these projects we've got going on. I know you're getting bounced from the jail to the courthouse to the highway garage, and you've done a great job. This security deal has been long overdue, and I think you did a great job of getting it implemented with no real issues. And I know that the jails had a lot of issues as well, building, and I just think you've done a great job, and we really appreciate you going above and beyond and doing everything that was needed.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Last chance, anyone else? Hearing nothing, I vote motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Good meeting.
Don't hear anybody opposing, I'm sure. Motion carried.